Welcome back to MLG, guys. I'm Tasteless, with me is Artosis. We're the casting Archon, and we have seen a pretty epic game.
Yeah, we have. It's tied up 1-1, MC against EGIdra. The winner of this next game, Tasteless, does move on into the top three.
All right, we are starting the game now, so make some noise for the final game between EGIdra and MC. Let's see who moves on to get deeper to that championship. Should be pretty interesting.
I think so, Tasteless. The map will be Shakura's Plateau, a very old map. We have seen these two battle out on here countless times.
All right, let's introduce our players now. In the bottom left, we have the Kratos Protoss. Give it up for MC. In the upper right, the Kraken. Give it up for EGIdra.
Absolutely, two fan favorites. It feels like this is the tournament of fan favorites. We have had so many epic matches with players such as Huck, Boxer, EGIdra, MC, and Marine King. I mean, are you kidding me? These are the most famous and wonderful players in the world, except for, of course, Nestea.
Yeah, well, Nestee's a superhuman.
Well, Nestea was busy in his floating castle this weekend.
Yeah.
That's why he's not here.
Yeah. pushing around his wheelbarrow full of cash.
That's it.
So, EGIdra just going to drone up. Again, they're very far apart. This is a map which generally leads to a pretty long game. It's the one where it can be a split map scenario. But really, the only way to get to your opponent is through this hallway here, fairly large opening. So it's tough. I mean, if you're going to engage your opponent, you're probably going to be engaging him head on, unless you're dropping him.
That's very true, and for that reason, it can be hard at times to attack. I mean, it's easy to cut that map in half with force fields. It's easy to stand outside the thin area and make a huge concave with roaches and hydras, and so that's pretty difficult. So we're going to see MC go for a forward fast expand, of course, because that's what you do on this map, 99% of Protosses. And I really feel like we're going to see Stargate take out of him again. You know, I've seen him do it so many times. It is a little bit less in style now, but this is a map that he knows how to do it on just perfectly.
Once again, MC making that pylon here just to mess up the expansion timing here for EGIdra. Now, EGIdra can go to this location or this location. There are other locations, but those are the other two most likely. And try to expand there, but of course MC does have ways to deal with that. And I totally agree with what you said, Artosis. I do foresee MC going for a Stargate opening.
Yeah, I think so. And in fact, I think EGIdra is going to go ahead and maybe make his hatchery somewhere else again, like he did in that last game. But no, in fact, he's not sending it down, even though he has more than enough minerals for an additional hatchery. And that's peculiar, because with this build, against a forward fast expansion and you're not getting gas, normally you're going to see someone go for those 3 hatcheries very quickly.
Right, exactly. So the hatchery becomes planted. EGIdra has to keep droning up right now. It's basically even in workers. Well, Cannon completing. MC, I would say, taking a slight lead. But the problem is that when you do this build, you are eventually going to lose that pylon, and that means that you're supply blocked, as you can see up here in the upper right-hand side of our screen, at 19 of 18 supply. Meanwhile, EGIdra at 26 of 26.
That is right, and it looks like EGIdra now finally going to take that third base, Tasteless, throwing down a hatchery just now, and now it's going to be the time of droning.
Now we see the Protoss taking his 2 gases, and here's the third base for EGIdra.
That is right. You know, the next few minutes of this game, EGIdra is just going to be so boring, Tasteless. He's going to drone on and on and on.
You are funny, Artosis.
Thank you.
So the drones are continuing to be pumped out here, and we even have a macro hatch over here.
Oh, wow, look at that.
That's actually a very
already.
early macro hatch.
This guy is all about the hatches, Tasteless. If StarCraft doesn't work out for him, he can go on a chicken farm.
So the probes, actually he's stopped making probes actually. All right, now he starts again, but
he's cutting a lot of probes this game, that's for sure. You know, MC, he does like to cut corners from time to time, really speed up some of his builds. Does have that Stargate going as predicted, Not a big surprise at all. He's really good with those Void Rays and Phoenixes. But only one Stargate right now. I don't know if he'll actually end up getting a second one. When you get two, it can get a little bit tricky, a little bit dangerous. But with one, you can do some nice light harassment, kill a lot of Overlords off, maybe pick up a few Queens, a few drones, and just peck your opponent.
You know, in this case, I think one Void Ray is all he should really get. Get rid of these Zerglings here, and yeah, like you said, move the Overlords around and everything like that. The Macro Hatch going to finish. Roach Warren is up next. Again, no layer here yet for EGIdra. Staying very, very econ heavy, not interested in teching up.
That's right. Well, MC getting both his other gases right now, so not going to be adding any more gateways for a little bit, because that's a big investment in minerals to get those gases. EGIdra just continues to drone. His drones just now passing MC's probes by more significant margins. It's going to be up a little over 40 to against about 35.
All right, the Overlord is going to move in here, and he's actually making a second Void Ray. What do you think about that?
Well, you know, Void Rays are just kind of good. I mean, if you get 4, 5, 6, you can do a lot of harassment with them.
But take a look here. You can actually see the Void Ray being made. So he actually knows there's a second Void Ray coming out. It's not just the animation moving around. And that's going to be a lot of information here for EGIdra.
Well, we have +1 and a bunch more gates on the way. MC knows that he has to start getting a decent amount of units out, or counterattacks could be tricky as he's spent so much on these Void Rays. No more Void Rays in production right now, but a Twilight Council is coming.
More and more creep tumors moving out here. And interesting placement here for the Spore Crawler. He can defend the creep tumors this way. And we don't have anything else coming here out of the Stargate. I mean, I think he might just go for a timing attack after this with the Twilight Council getting blink.
Very well could be. Yeah, in fact, he's adding a lot of gateways to Ace. He's going to go up to 7 gates with a couple Void Rays around. You know, the Void Rays have forced a lot of Spore Crawlers, maybe some extra Queens in there as well. And, you know, that's minerals and drones that could have gone into making more combat units.
And this is just an annoying thing that Zergs have to deal with, is kind of getting the Overlords killed. The Queen's now driving out those Void Raids.
Well, he's going to continue to harass as best he can. The blink is coming. He's going to have +1 attack. And I think we're going to see a lot of Stalkers coming in pretty soon here. You can see that MC has stopped probe production once again. He's just sitting tight at 46. It's a really good number to support 7 gateways off of. It's, you know, it's obviously not going to transition perfectly into another base, but you're going to have enough to really make those gateways work quite a bit.
And basically, guys, right now, EGIdra is doing a very intelligent econ game, and MC is actually interested in doing something very sneaky, something that you can only execute within a small window of time. Now, note this. These Stalkers being warped in over here. He can follow this bridge over here, stop here, use the Void Rays to see up here, and from there he can attack this location over here.
That's right. Blink about to finish. +1 is done, and from that high ground position, it's going to be just so hard for EGIdra to stop that third base from dying. And if MC can kill a third base right now, he is going to get way ahead.
All right, they will blink up.
Waiting for a few more.
All right.
Gotta wait for their friends. And here we go, Tasteless. This is going to be big. A couple Queens coming up. They're going to get trapped. They are too slow off creep. One of them will go down. And there she goes. The drone's being pulled immediately. EGIdra knows that he is in a ton of trouble. He did not see this attack coming at all. MC has completely tricked him.
MC, what a smart strategy. EGIdra did not start making attacking units until the moment he actually saw those Stalkers, because, of course, he was looking for something to come out on this end.
Now the hatchery has gone down. MC taking a pretty big lead, but EGIdra getting a lot of units right now. He's up over 30 supply, but MC has this super mobile army. Ooh, Tasteless. We have EGIdra being really clever right now, killing these rocks off.
Oh,
that is
smart.
Yeah, that's the blink retreat path. You know, MC probably didn't think of that possibly occurring. And if EGIdra can get up there, he might be able to trap these Stalkers. Killing these Stalkers would bring EGIdra into the lead.
All right, the Stalkers coming here. Obviously, they want to defend this rock. They want to make sure that no matter what, they can have access through this way. And EGIdra also taking the upper main, which would be the last expansion taken from MC in the late game. He's going to try to mine up as much as he can from there and get it to benefit him instead of MC.
Well, right now, MC is thinking about leaving his main base tasteless, breaking through that forge, warping in more and more units. Oh man, his army is looking so fearsome. 123 supply to 137. And he's down by 20 probes against drones. So that is just a very solid army against what EGIdra has.
EGIdra right now getting a Spire. He has some resources pooled. You may see an attack very soon here. All right, he's sneaking around through this way. Wants to get this angle over here. Generally, players walk just directly through here. The observer will take a peek, and he will probably decide to go ahead and attack into this.
Yeah, I think so. You know, there's more roaches on the way, but MC does decide to go back and just secure his third base. Pretty smart move, you know, with his Colossus making just now, that's going to be some very critical splash damage that he wants to use.
All right. When is he going to attack? He's actually just going to go for a third base, excuse me. Well, if he goes for a third base, I think that's actually better for EGIdra. Because EGIdra is just going to keep making drones, keep macroing. He's at 75 drones to the 54. And the only reason why I say that is because there was a period where he cut probes for a while when he was moving out. And now I feel like he just doesn't have that same advantage.
Yeah, that's quite true. You know, one thing that we have to point out as well is MC looks like he's going to wait to max out. And when you take a third base with Protoss like this, you really do need to wait till you're right around the max supply. You have a really tight army because otherwise the Zerg max should run over you. So MC sitting here waiting, he's going to have such a fearsome group of units.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to have a hard time actually fighting it head on.
I think EGIdra's looking into counterattacking if MC tries to leave his base.
Looks like you may be right here. We do have some Corruptors flying in, going after some of these Void Rays. A lot of Lings going in. I'm not sure why EGIdra is doing this right now. You may feel desperate. He does have more supply, but these are some beautiful force fields. The Colossus is already down. Another one is walking down to join in. But these roaches are not going to be able to kill MC's units.
Yeah, this will surely go down. We now have 154 supply to 135 supply. We may see MC do a timing counterattack. However, there's going to be a lot more roaches on the way. Right now, we have 18 more Zerglings, 5 more Corruptors.
Yeah, MC has to be careful. EGIdra is producing a lot of units, and if MC does lose his army at some point, that's going to be hard to come back from. But right now, he's in good shape. 139 supply to 167. EGIdra with, well, he's taking actually a 5th base right now over the MC's 3rd, so that's actually working out pretty well for him. EGIdra's actually still playing very well, even though that was a very weird attack.
Yeah. Well, I think what happened was he saw that one Colossus, he saw that he was maxed out, and he said, well, I can get rid of this stuff. I can remake this in no time. EGIdra does have a considerable amount more bases than his opponent.
Well, MC destroying another path to walk around the map on. And just sitting here, macroing up a bit, adding some gateways. EGIdra, on the other hand, has a decent number of Corruptors. Baneling speed on the way, as well as an infestation pit. A lot of Banelings are being made, but he does not have drop. So he's basically just going to use these to roll into MC.
All right, so again, EGIdra's still maxed out here. A lot of Banelings. And there's not a lot you can do. If you get Season Overlords, for instance, who just drops them on the Protoss army, it's pretty difficult to deal with. And this is almost a Hongun-esque army mixture of just pure Stalker and Colossus.
Yeah, that is a lot of Stalkers. And, you know, that's one reason that EGIdra is getting Infestor Tech. You know, if you can actually fungal growth them a little bit, they can't really blink around. It's going to allow your roaches and your Zerglings to actually connect. And when they can actually connect against the Blinky Stalker, they actually do a lot of damage to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. He's making only Banelings.
Oh, wow. This is going to be such a powerful move. Both players are maxed out. Baneling speed just finished. 19 more Banes on the way. We are actually going to have over 40 Banelings. That is just so many.
All right, he's in position. And I think right now EGIdra's just waiting for him to try to leave this way so we can just attack into him.
Leading in with the
Corruptors. Go for it.
Oh my God, the Stalker's trying to blink away right now. The Baneling's connecting quite a bit, but does EGIdra actually have enough? These Stalkers have been spread out just brilliantly by MC. More and more being warped in. And it looks like he's going to back up into those cannons a bit. EGIdra starting to retreat, but the Stalkers chasing him down. He realizes that he has to fight.
The Stalkers and the Roaches all very low on HP. MC survived that battle, but EGIdra will be remaxed in no time.
Well, right now he's up at around 160 to 134, making a lot more Banelings, a lot more Zerglings as well. But I'm not sure. Let's see, how many larvae does he actually have floating around? His queens actually, unfortunately, have a lot of energy on them. He's missed some injects. You know, that's one of the hardest things to do in the entire game is hit those injects and actually have enough larvae to macro at this point.
All right, right now it's +3 attack for MC, +2 armor for EGIdra, +1 attack for nice Storm.
Beautiful size storms. That's one of the best counters against a ground army like this. You storm those Banelings and they just start to pop.
All right, once again, EGIdra maxing out. He is so good at macro. It is really impressive thing. He's also walled off this region here, so really no way EGIdra's going to be able to get over here and punish this.
Yeah, that's a very smart fourth base by MC, but, you know, EGIdra does have 5 right now, staying up 1 at all points. 85 drones to 82 probes, just such similar economies.
Nice storms there. He's starting to move in. Again, EGIdra is still maxed. He can remax pretty easily.
Oh, beautiful storms all over the Banelings. The Roaches, though, there's still quite a few here. They do have pretty good upgrades, but so do the Stalkers. Archon going down immediately, and it looks like MC is going to kill off these Roaches.
All right, right now, they're at even supply right now, but remember, there's more bases here for EGIdra. He just needs to get another army out here, but I don't know if he can do that, actually. There's just too many Stalkers. You know, blink ability when you're even is almost always going to give you the win.
Yeah, that is completely true, Tasteless. They just become overwhelming, these Stalkers do. A lot of Zerglings and Banes are on the way, but I'm not sure how much hope there is for EGIdra. His supply is now below MC's for what I believe is the first time in this game, with 150 to 175.
The Roaches are moving out now. The Banelings are almost complete, but there may just be too many Stalkers at this point in time.
And some Banelings coming down. A flank of Banelings, in fact, but just not enough there. Oh, man. We might be seeing EGIdra GG pretty soon,
yeah,
Tasteless.
I think we are. EGIdra to 106 applied to the 147 here. This is... I think there's just no way to recover. I know EGIdra has so many bases, but let's see. The income... His income is just not even close to what MC's is right now.
Well, it looks like EGIdra just trying to hold on as best he can. He does not want his turn to be over, but unfortunately for him, he gets no say in that. MC going to eliminate him with this huge amount of Blink Stalkers just all over the map. EGIdra making just Lings and Infestors.
Yeah, occasionally you can get into this position where you can actually just keep making Stalkers because you're ahead enough and keep blinking away from your opponent, and there's like no way for them to catch up, and that's exactly what MC did in this in this situation. How about that? Well, that looks like that's the end of the line there for EGIdra. He had quite a journey.
Give it up for MC. The Kratos Protoss ripping the arms off of EGIdra. EGIdra played absolutely brilliantly. A great series from him, but not great enough. MC enters into the top 3 and has the potential, if he finishes above the STC, to get a Code S spot back.
Well, we're going to find out what happens in the future. We're getting closer to the end. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. We'll see you soon.